sharper, but even if it's not sharpened, there are ways to use it, and that's what we're gonna just do a little practice like today. So something's coming in, just in a circular motion, slap with the middle part of the handle, gripping it from the end. You want as much range as you can, because if you're choking up on it, that doesn't give you quite the range of motion with your wrist, and it doesn't give you the distance that you need. More gives you more distance than a knife, but if it was a bayonet or a rifle with the bayonets, you want as maximum range as you can. You obviously don't want to grip too far off the end, because your arm gets hit or you do a weird angle and you're going to drop the shovel. So they made this little rounded end just so your hand can grip it. Even normally you'd be wearing gloves anyway, but so when you grip it, it doesn't fly out of your hand. So like I said, this would kind of correspond maybe to an empty-handed block or parry like that. Well, it's more of a circular motion, and if we're already in a ready position, tapping it to the side, but chances are you'll have it down like this. So just tap that, whatever's coming at you, tap it out of the way out to the side. Do that a few more times. If it is somebody's arm, though, maybe we don't want to hit them with the flat of the shovel. Maybe we want to use that edge of that shovel and deter them that way by using the edge of the shovel. So in that case, we would just change the grip on that. The grip's the same, but we're angling it such that the edge of the shovel is hitting. And I recommend this for someone who's wearing heavy clothing, or if it's someone's arm that's reaching for you. If you want to be nice, you can hit them with the flat end, but if you want to use the edge against someone's arm, by all means. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll do back to the nice way. 2, 3, 4. So using that edge would be like a knife hand parry. Using the other way would be like a palm hand or open hand parry. Now we're going to go the other way. So something's come in, we're going to go that other opposite direction, go in a circular motion with the wrist, and that would be kind of similar to an open hand block like this, or an open hand parry like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want a little bit, you don't want to just, you want some kind of momentum, so maybe you need to kind of practice circling the shovel like that so you can get that motion fairly quickly. And if you don't want to play nice, then using the edge of that shovel. 2, 3, 4. Now we don't want to overextend and go that way too much. We don't want to go past the line of the shoulder, because someone could grab our hand and wrench the shovel out. And the same with this. We don't want to go past the line of the shoulder, because if it's two, like if two things, one and then another one's coming in, should be a shorter motion to bang, bang like that. Whereas if we overextend ourselves, now it's a longer period of time to cover that side of the shoulder if need be, if we had needed to do that one too. So that's using the edge of the shovel as opposed to the flat of the shovel. So we've done 2 like middle parries. There, something's coming down, tapping down with the shovel, either which way, tapping down, it down. Maybe you want to step back to add a little bit of movement with this, so you're not just standing there like a heavy bag with all your targets. You know, and angle yourself off a little bit and tap whatever that is coming down. You could extend that a little bit if something's coming at your leg. So you stop it. Better the shovel to take the hit than your leg. Let's just kind of lower the camera on that so we see what's going on with that. So something's coming down towards the leg, someone's coming down to hit the leg with something. Or since we're already here, just kind of turn your arm and angle it. Because if you just had it here, there's a chance that the shovel gets knocked to the side and your leg still gets hit. So maybe we'll want a little bit of momentum there. Or turning your arm, the quick version, just turn your arm. That way you have kind of more tension in your arm in this position than just relaxed. You want tension in order for that parry, that low parry, to be effective. Turn that arm over, turn that arm over, or knock it down, knock it down, knock it down. Block to the other side, maybe not as effective, but I mean, something's better than nothing, so something coming to the other side of the leg, or hitting towards the other leg, coming across your body like that. Maybe you also want to move that leg out of the way when you're doing that. And just experiment with angles. Maybe you don't need to go, like I said, you don't want to overextend too far, because then if something comes the other side, then it's a longer distance to cover. Maybe that's more effective for you. Then something coming in at head height. Hang on the camera, sorry if it makes you dizzy. So instead of doing that middle level this time, something's coming towards our head. Maybe we're just spinning that out of the outside so our head doesn't get hit. Three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, obviously, we're not going to spend our whole time deflecting at some point. So that lower deflection and then hitting up with the shovel underneath the jaw, knocking the head back, maybe catching the tip of the helmet. So boom, boom, from that middle level, boom, and hitting to the neck with the blade of the shovel. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Not as much of an angle on this, or not as much of a cutting motion like this, because we're not traveling that far to get through. We don't want to hit at the target either. We want to hit through. So boom, boom. 2, 3, 4. Maybe it's actually better from this parry to go straight into thrusting. So we'll just practice thrusting for a bit. And we want to piston the arm so that it's not getting stuck out there like some kind of a regular martial arts move, and then you get hit on your arm and drop your weapon. We want to piston it out, that way we can get multiple strikes. And this is borrowed from Filipino stick and knife fighting. And the camera just went down. So if you do buy me a coffee, maybe I will get the collapsible shovel with that different handle, and I can demonstrate with that version of the handle as well. So again, pistoning, I show that from the side because it's hard to see from the front. So extension, retraction, extension, retraction, extension, retraction. But we're still aiming for that middle part. We're just not sticking it out there to be grabbed or countered. And ideally, if your right hand's injured, you want to be able to do that with the other hand as well. Maybe after that thrust, something else comes in, you can tap it away again. Think of ways that you can combine these individual movements that I'm showing you. This is really good for building up your wrist strength and your forearm strength as well, notwithstanding. More weight than a knife does, even though the motions might be similar. A little more reach and a little more impact, a little more weight to it. And one to the head, so body, head, keeping one hand in front of you, head or neck, kind of like that Shorinji Kempo move that I showed you. So reaching down and punching to the side of the neck. Similar motion with this shovel. Whether you want to piston it or just kind of thrust it, but I think probably piston might work well. Just a different angle. Now, one thing you might do if you're in close quarters and you have to push them away, this isn't really too different than using both your hands to push them away and you're fairly close, but maybe you have to. You'd be wearing gloves, of course, if this was a sharpened edge, and pushing them away to make distance, maybe knocking them in the face or the head area, knocking that helmet back, pushing. Try not just to make it an arm movement, try and put your whole body weight before it. So as if I was like extending that and then I'm pushing my whole body behind it, but I want to kind of combine the two. If you hit first with the hands and then move in with the body, but ideally try and coordinate it so it's at the same time to get maximum pushback on that. Just to make distance so you can do your other things. Whichever foot is forward should be able to do that pushback. You could possibly hook around the neck and pull into an elbow or something, but hook around the neck. Maybe do some kind of throw. So just review: outer parry, inner parry, downward parry the other side, head parry the other way, thrusting, outward strike one way, usually coming off that parry, and then, or if you do have the opening, just hitting to the neck and then chopping that way. Walking down, thrusting again, that overhead thrust. Push to make distance, ideally using your whole body weight, pushing them back. coming up towards the face area, knocking the jaw back like we were doing with that motion with the shovel, hitting up underneath the jaw, hitting underneath the jaw, coming down again maybe. What else? Chopping either way, deflecting one way, deflecting the other. Middle level deflect, middle level deflect, lower deflect. Oh yeah, and then we did that deflecting in place, so we don't want a relaxed arm, we want to turn, rotate that arm and have a more solid position against something coming at the leg. You know what? I think that'll be good for today. Just some ideas if you are out camping or if you're in a situation where you have a shovel and you need to utilize that shovel in that particular way. Always inspect your equipment though. That way, when you're practicing or you're using it, the end of the shovel doesn't go flying off the end, and then you're just stuck with a little stick, and then you have to work with that stick if you lose your shovel head. Just applicating not as many techniques as a traditional martial art, but I do use that same shovel for the Okinawan short spear and shield, just because it is almost like a little spear with a handle and a metal end. So let's go find someone to raid. Nice little movement stream for everybody. Pardon me. Sammer is streaming, date, everything. Let's go raid Sammer. And if anything, if you don't use that for combat or self-defense, it's a good way to develop forearm and wrist strength and grip strength too. Do that underscore. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Cheers. Let's go get this raid done. Okay, Sammer's raid settings do not allow us to raid. Okay, let's go see who else is doing fitness and health then. And as you can see, also I'm like wearing footwear, which is normally only Kung Fu or other martial arts, but mostly martial arts are practiced barefoot, which is kind of impractical because we don't live on beaches. Yeah, we weren't able to raid Sammer because their raid settings are such. So I guess we'll go raid Partner Wellness. That's what we'll do. Grade has been created successfully, everybody. Whew. Warm day out today. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. I'll do some yoga and something else. And my camera will fall. Here we go, rating Partner Wellness. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Take care, and we'll see you again.